I was just wondering in terms of lockdown in Auckland, which has been extremely severe. When do you see us getting back to the sort of well-being economic approach to budgeting versus the COVID approach? And I guess the second part of that question is, when do we stop borrowing in terms of normalizing the system? Because I know these are extraordinary times, but at some stage we have to turn the wheel back.
Yeah, on the first question, Damien, we've never shifted from the wellbeing approach. That's guided us throughout this. In fact, I would argue, without wanting to take up too much time of the committee, that actually the way we've approached COVID is the epitome of the wellbeing approach, and by putting a public health lens across everything that we're doing. And we believe that's been the best thing for the economy. Our economic outturn is actually compares extremely well with the rest of the world, having taken that wellbeing approach. So, my view is that that's exactly what we're doing. That's not to say that the measures we've got are costless. There are no costless measures under responding to COVID. And so the restrictions we've got, we believe, are the right thing and have demonstrably shown themselves to be the right thing for the economy. But in the meantime, there are pressures and stresses, including on mental health, and obviously on businesses and individuals as well. In terms of the debt part of your question, the forecasts that we had at the budget show debt peaking in the 2023 year and then coming off from there. That is, my view, the responsible path. The direction of travel down from there might not be at the velocity that some people, including the ACT Party, might like. But our view is the balance that we've got to strike between getting to a more sustainable fiscal position while still supporting and funding public services and the ongoing COVID response means that will be a gradual move back. But what I would say is that if you compare us internationally using the international IMF debt bank benchmarks, we sit among the lowest debt in the OECD, and actually even including what we've borrowed for COVID. And equally, as we do in politics, there are some parties on this call who'd like us to borrow more, Chloe. There are some parties on the call who'd like us to borrow less, Damien. I think we've got the balance about right.
They sprayed money at a rate that equated to $66 billion, or 20% of GDP. And when the worst was over, they kept on spraying. And here we are a couple of years later, bogged down in their economic incompetence.
Our Deputy Prime Minister is a proud gay man and sits among several other Rainbow parliamentarians.
So I'm Grant Robertson. I am currently the Minister of Finance. I didn't have any involvement in homosexual law reform in 1986 because I was 14 years old. You can't be what you can't see. And I think for people to look at it and say, yes, all of the photos of us as MPs on the wall for our rainbow communities are really important things for people to see. And so, I think it's important. If you walk down that corridor, you've got a room that acknowledges our rainbow MPs, and it's a room that can be used and people feel comfortable. And there are still issues out there to be resolved. And I think particularly about the trans community and how we can better recognise, support them. I attended the Gay Games in Sydney in 2002, playing touch rugby of all things.
Our Deputy Prime Minister is a proud gay man and sits among several other Rainbow parliamentarians.
I still get a lot of emails and messages from young gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender people